Alright. I'm trying to bring you a newscast about what I believe about the current state of religion and Fukushima and the government and just my thoughts about things. First of all, from what I believe that the Bible says, because the Bible's it has a lot of information by a lot of different people that wrote it, I believe. But if you look in Exodus, when Moses went up on Mount Sinai, when he came down, the Jews were worshiping a golden calf that Moses' son Aaron had collected all the gold from the Jews and threw the gold into the fire, and out came a golden calf. And all the Jews were worshiping it. And then when Moses came down from Mount Sinai, he saw this, and he told the Jews to all kill themselves or kill each other, except the Levites. The Levites were the priests, the Jewish priests. So all the Jews should have been dead. This would have been This would have been BC, during Moses' time. Moses probably lived 8 to 12,000 years ago. Moses was around. Okay, so because the Jewish race was the chosen race, but they rejected God. I mean, they turned their backs on God and they started worshiping a golden calf. They aren't the chosen race anymore. The Gentiles are. The Gentiles get brought in. They're the new chosen race. And so Jesus is the Gentiles' golden calf, if that makes any sense. Because God is still testing us. I mean, it's not like, oh, well, the Jews failed, so we're just automatically going to accept another, Christians. Christians aren't saved. They worship Lucifer. Jesus is Lucifer. I mean, it's very obvious to see that Jesus is the morning sun. Lucifer is the morning sun. Jesus talked to dead people. I mean, let's see. What is it? Well, Revelation 21:16 is, I am Jesus, the son of David. I am the morning sun. And then Isaiah 14:12 is how you have fallen from heaven, morning sun. So I mean, there's just a lot of references to Jesus isn't a salvation. The sons of God, anyways, out of Genesis 6:12 or 6:1 through 4, the sons of God are fallen angels that came and had sex with the daughters of men and created the Nephilim. So, I mean, that can't seem like who people would want to be worshiping. They just don't. They don't know the Bible. They're just taking it off of what other people have said or whatever, and they're not doing their own research on things. And all that, all the biblical stuff, and Israel and everything like that ties in with Fukushima, because Fukushima was caused, which is 3 nuclear reactor meltdowns, and 5 storage pools blown up into smithereens, they presume into dust. They presume that 5 nuclear storage pools were aerosolized and put into our atmosphere. So it's all over the earth now. What can we do? There's a form of mushroom It's what's it called? The type of thing that the mushroom needs, but they absorb radiation, and they use radiation as fuel for them to live off of. It's I forget what type of mushroom it is, but it absorbs radiation, and if we planted it everywhere, it would probably get rid of the radiation, but I just don't see it happening, because people don't care enough, I don't think, about saving the world to really do what it takes, which is really too bad. But so Fukushima is coming against us. The Pacific Ocean, I think probably the Atlantic too, is completely polluted. The Arctic Ocean is like 50 degrees hotter. I don't know if that's true, but I mean, we're coming to a close here pretty quickly. And I mean, I just think that the people should know about religion, especially, that it's the Jews aren't the chosen people anymore because they rejected God. That's why the Jews have fallen from grace. But Jesus, I mean, why do you need Jesus? What good is God talked to Adam and Eve and Abel and Cain, and I mean, even after they sinned, you know, Cain killed Abel, but God still talked to him, you know. I mean, technically Eve killed Adam, but God still talked to her. I just think that people need to know that they're about religion, and just because they're manipulating things to make people to worshiping anything down on earth is, I mean, it's a false. It's the definition of false idol. It's anything, you know, anything other than God. Anything that you're worshiping other than God is a false idol. And so if Jesus or Muhammad, or I don't even know what the Jews worship anymore, but a golden calf back then, they probably still worship a golden calf somehow, because the Jews are kind of a twisted, I mean, basically every religion is. Christians, Muslims, Jews, you're just off the wall. You're biting at something that's, I mean, it's like you've closed your eyes to the truth, and you just want to propagate and put out all these lies that, I mean, is leading people astray. And I don't know if there's a point to that, or what the whole motive behind deceiving the population is. It just seems kind of, you know, a little iffy to me. But I just wanted to make a video, see if I can get any views from that. But so that's the whole scoop on religion and Fukushima. Fukushima is really, the water is radioactive now. We're gonna have to do something if anything can be done. Fukushima happened March 11th, 2011, and it's been releasing 300,000 gallons of radioactive water every day, probably more, but at least 300,000 gallons every day since it happened. That's pretty much the whole ocean now is radioactive. I don't know. Hopefully we can. Well, I don't know what we can do about it. But I believe that this is turning into hell down here, Sheol. and that Jesus will have you born again, and you'll be reincarnated back to this place, and that's not what you want. We need to find God. We need to seek out God, search out God. I really recommend doing some soul searching for yourself, and yeah, come up with your own ideas and don't let everybody else. I mean, nobody likes hearing what I have to say, but I bet everybody will listen to it because I know what I'm talking about. I've read the Bible a few times, 20 times. Interests me. So I hope this video helps somebody. Give me a like, and I don't really have, you can subscribe, but I only have like 2 videos. I might try to start making some videos, but thanks a lot. Have a good night, or a good day, morning, whatever. Bye.